this is Sue from Sue's Paper Creations, and today I wanted to touch base on our die cut and texture machine that we have got, and that is the Big Shot. When my customers buy the Big Shot, a lot of them aren't quite sure when to use certain accessories that we have in the catalog for the Big Shot, what plates to run with the machine, when you're texturizing versus when you're cutting. So I just wanted to go over just the basics with you, and also to let you know a couple things about our Big Shot. So with the Big Shot, I've had mine for about 9 years now. They are super sturdy machines. They are, you know, I don't even know how heavy these are. I know it's big, it's heavier than my little dog, that's for sure. So I want to say they're about 10 pounds or so. It's a nice sturdy machine. Moving part that is on the machine is just the handle, so there isn't a lot of things that can go wrong with this machine. It does have a 2-year warranty when you buy it from Stampin' Up, so if anything does happen to go wrong with the moving part, which is the handle here, in the first couple years, they will replace it. If after that your handle starts to loosen up here, sometimes you might lose a little screw that's in there, you can just give them a call or contact your demonstrator. If you got it through me, I would just give them a call on your behalf, and they will ship you out a brand new handle, and they don't charge for that, okay? This machine has probably been cranked about 60,000-70,000 times in the last many years of classes, and it is still going strong, okay? So they are sturdy. When I got my machine, a couple things have changed, okay? Originally, when you got the machines, you got this multi-purpose platform, which had the tabs on it. We've got tab 2, tab 1. You would open the book up to tab 1 when you were running your textured folders, okay? When you wanted to do any cutting, die cutting with thinlits or framelits, you would actually have the book closed and put it into the machine with your clear plates. Now, since then, they have gone to a little bit easier system where you don't have the tabs in the open book. It's a little bit less bulky, and we have got just a Big Shot platform and a thin die adapter. So when you get your machine, you are going to get both of these plates, and you are also going to get a set of, get that piece of cardstock off of there, a set of clear plates as well, okay? So this is all you need to run all the different products in the book, okay? We do have some other kind of fancier plates or additional plates that you can buy that will make crafting a little less frustrating, a little bit easier, and I will touch on those ones. But, you know, for beginning and wanting to run everything that you've got, all these pieces that come with your machine is all that you need, okay? So I'm going to go over when to use what pieces. We have got in our book some textured folders. So these ones here you find in the Big Shot area, and they come in a couple different sizes. We have got, this one is the large polka dot, and I want to say this is probably a 4 1/4 or just over that by about 6. Okay, 5 1/2, 6. And then we have these larger ones, which are, let's see here, what have I got here? 6 by 6, okay? So both of them are run exactly the same way. When you go to run a texture, you want to place your piece of cardstock inside the folder, and you want to make sure that when you are running it through the machine, you have got it the right side up. So I have got Sizzix facing upward, okay? And on some of them, they also have the Stampin' Up on them. So the Sizzix and the Stampin' Up are facing upward. So that's the way you want to run your texture. You also want to make sure that you have got your seam facing inward first, okay? So you want that to run through the machine first. It's just easier on your textured folders, and it will make them last longer, okay? It doesn't break down these little bindings here as easily, okay? So when you go to run it, you want to use just The Big Shot platform is all you need. You're gonna put that in your machine. You're gonna take out your clear plates, and you're gonna put one clear plate on the bottom, one clear plate on the top. So that is your sandwich, okay? We call it a sandwich. So we have got the platform, a clear plate, textured folder with your paper in it, and another one over top, okay? So you're gonna place it in the machine, and you're just gonna give it, a little roll, okay? You have a little bit of resistance as it goes through, but it shouldn't be super hard to roll it, okay? You want that little bit of resistance, but you don't, if for some reason, you know, you're trying to put a thing and you really have to force it, that might tell you that somewhere in there you have an extra piece, or your sandwich isn't made properly, okay? There's something wrong with, you might have one extra clear plate, or you may have stuck in the thin die adapter in there as well. You know, if you're really having to force it, then that's a sign that, okay, take a second, have a look, make sure you have the pieces right. You have just the platform, you don't have your thin die adapter on it, you just have the platform, your clear plates, and your folder, okay? So there is just a piece of the Woodlands folder there. It's a beautiful one, okay? And that is how you run your textured folders, okay? Easy enough. We're gonna move on. Next, when it comes to, you think to yourself, okay, now I wanna cut something. So I'm just gonna use the same piece of paper here. Now is when you wanna get out your thin die adapter, okay? So this is the other little one that comes with the machine. You're gonna put that on top of your Big Shot platform, okay? And once again, you're gonna put one clear plate down, and you're gonna put a piece of cardstock on the surface, and I'm gonna get out one of our squares from, let's see here, I want a smaller one to fit on that piece of paper. These are our layering squares, and I'm just gonna get out just a smaller one, just to show you. So I'm gonna put that over top of my cardstock, okay? So again, I've got my platform, I've got that thin die adapter, I've got a clear plate, my cardstock, I now have my framelit, and I'm gonna put my other clear plate over top, okay? I'm gonna run it through. Now, did everybody hear that little crackling noise? You probably hear my dog barking outside as well, but the crackling noise that you heard, that is normal, okay? You are going to hear those cracking noises as the machine rolls through when you're using your cutters, because what is it is doing, it is not only cutting through the paper, but it leaves, I want you guys to see this, it leaves a little square mark in the plate, okay? Which is normal. So when you get your plates and they're brand new, like they look beautiful. There's not a mark on them. After many cuts, this is what they end up looking like. Well loved and used with lots of cutting, okay? That's just sign of a active crafter, okay? So don't worry about it. They end up getting a little bit warped, and they end up getting the marks in them. And they are gonna make those little cracking noises when you run them through, okay? So I have used, that was just a framelit that I used, okay, to cut that square out. I want to show you the difference now between a framelit, which is going to just cut shapes for you, and there usually isn't a lot of detail. They might have a scalloped edge, and that's about it, and a thinlit. Now the thinlit die has tons and tons of detail to it. Some of them is that fine scripture of words. I might even have, because I'm actually running a class in a couple hours here, so I did pre-cut out a little happy here. So that's again a thinlit, because there's a lot of detail to that, and it's fine, okay? So that is the difference between a framelit and a thinlit. Now with a thinlit, you could run it exactly the same way. You would have, again, your piece of cardstock on here, and you would put your thinlit die on, and you would run it through, okay? You might have to run it a couple times just to make sure that you get all that detail cut, you know, every detail is cut in there and it cuts perfectly, okay? If you wanted to make it a little bit easier, which I am all about making it easier, you could purchase our precision plate. So precision plate is a very, very sturdy metal plate, okay? And it replaces one of your clear plates when you're using it, okay? So you would still have your Big Shot platform, you would put in your thin die adapter, and then you would put in that precision plate, okay? I'm gonna put my cardstock on, and then I'm gonna bring in one of my Thinlits here, and this one is, I do believe, Detailed Butterflies is the name of this one, okay? And then I'm gonna put on my clear plate. So just one clear plate and the precision plate, okay? So if this is the time where sometimes people forget that you only need one clear plate, and say I were to, stick this in here, and I go to run it through, and you can tell the machine is not going to let it run through, okay? That should cue you that, okay, I got too many things going on here. So let's, reevaluate. And then you'll realize that you have got, oh yeah, I forgot to take one of the clear plates out, okay? So that might be something that you might come across, and it's quite common. So just, take a minute, rethink it through, and you just need the precision plate and one clear plate over top, okay? So I'm gonna put that clear plate over top. Oh, and I do better if I'm standing up. Sorry, I'm standing up with my Big Shot. There we go, that's what I wanted. And also you can see when I brace the machine, I put my hand right here on the handle. There's a handle there. It's perfect. It's there for a reason. Hang on to that machine as you're rolling it through, okay? All right, so now I'm gonna bring in one other very, very helpful tool that we have got in the back of the book, and that is our die brush, and it comes with this little foam plate here. So when you're dealing with these really detailed Thinlit dies, you can just roll the brush over top of them, and it is going to take all the pieces out of your die really easily. And there you have got, just have to flick these ones out. There we go. There you have got your gorgeous detailed butterfly, okay? So using that precision plate, it gives such a beautiful, clean cut that you literally just have to stick that on there, roll that brush over top, and it comes out really easily. Now this one I didn't even roll the brush over it, but because I use that precision plate, I can just literally flick. It is cut so perfectly that I can literally flick these little pieces out, okay? I mean, it's a lot quicker if you have this little brush, but you can see how easily those pieces, it only takes a second to get the rest of those ones out, how easily they come out because I've cut it with the precision plate. So that's the difference between the precision plate, having it and not having it. With these really detailed Thinlits, it is definitely a bonus. I mean, you can still run them with your regular plates, but you just have to run it through the machine a couple times to get it to cut really, really clean, okay? Now, I'm gonna go through another little scenario for you. Say you have got a stamp that you have stamped, and it comes with a coordinating framelit. So Stampin' Up! Is known for all of the beautiful, that's my doggy wanting in. You can hear him at the door. They're known for having coordinating products. So they have the stamps that coordinate with the punches. They also have tons of stamps that coordinate with a whole set of Thinlits, okay? Now, I am going to place this over top of my cardstock, right? And I'm going to run it through the machine, and I don't want it to move, okay? So this is when you are going to bring in your magnetic platform. So this is another platform that we have, and oh, I better let my doggy in. Come on in, Fawns. Okay, this is another plate that we have got in the back of the book, and I love it. It is a time saver for sure when you are stamping all those really detailed flower sets, like we have the succulent garden ones in our occasions catalog. You stamp out all those flowers, and then you have the detailed thinlits that you can cut those flowers out with. I mean, this one isn't as detailed, but I still want it to stay in the right spot. So with the magnetic platform, you can see it has got magnets on there, and it is very, very strong magnets. So I'm going to put that magnetic platform down. I am going to create quite a mess here with all my pieces. I am going to put down my clear plate. I'm going to place my stamp image on there, and then I'm going to place this framelit. And I just want you to listen. I don't know if you can. Can you hear that? That is the magnet from underneath. That's how strong the magnets are in these magnetic boards, okay? In fact, if you have a pacemaker, there is a warning that comes with the machine, just because these are with the plate, just because the plates are that strong. So not recommended, I believe, if you do happen to have a pacemaker. So keep that in mind. But when you are cutting out your detailed stamps and you want those pieces to fit perfectly in place, you don't want them to move, this is the one that you want, okay? You can see it's not going anywhere, okay? So I've got it in place. I'm going to put the other clear plate over top. So with the magnetic platform, you do not need that thin die adapter, okay? So when we were cutting without the magnetic platform, you needed to place this thin adapter over top, okay? When you're using the magnetic platform, you don't need anything else. That is the base that you've got, okay? Then you just need your 2 clear plates to run it through, all right? I'm gonna run that through. It is not moving on me, it's staying perfectly still. And there you have it. Oop, dropped it, but there you have it. So it is cut, and it was cut out perfectly because it didn't move. So that is the difference of all the plates that we have got. So like I said, if you are happy with just your platform and your thin die adapter, you can cut all those pieces that you saw me cut with these and your 2 clear plates that you get with the machine, okay? If you want to step it up a notch and you want to get really fancy with some of our beautiful detailed thinlit matching dies and stamps, I would really, really recommend this magnetic platform. It is going to save you so much time as you're running things through. Sometimes things can shift if you don't have that magnet in there, and you end up having to restamp and then put your thin in there again and try again. Or some people use sticky post-it notes to kind of hold it in place as you're running it through, okay? When you have the magnetic platform, you don't need any of that. It just stays in place for you, okay? Same thing with our detailed butterflies. You could run it with just, you know, these plates and the clear plates, your 2 plates that comes in the machine, and the clear plate and the cardstock. But if you want to make it really easy and have beautiful cuts every single time, this is the little extra that you want for cutting those sort of things. So, I mean, if you're a person that loves all of our detailed butterflies, our dragonflies, this is what the purchase you want to make, and really make sure that you stick that down there for those thinlits. My finger is stuck in between the platform and that. Okay, and your textures. Okay, so again, textures, you don't need that extra shim, you just need your Big Shot base. So those are the different products that we have got, different plates that come, those that come with the machine, those that come without, and the differences between them. I hope that that was helpful for you when you go to use your machine. And again, if you're going to be dealing with a lot of those detailed thinlits, it is worth getting this little brush and die as well, because it works perfectly. And that's all the tips that I've got for you today. I will be doing another video and showing you just different things that you can do with your textured embossing folders. After you run them, some of the things you can do to the textures, as well as using your folders in your machine to do different techniques. So that will be another day. So look forward to tuning in for that one. If you don't want to miss any of my other videos on simple cards put together, as well as other tips I have for you, just subscribe to my video or to my YouTube channel and you won't miss anything. And you can also look at all the things that I have filmed in the past. So I hope you found that helpful, and I hope to see you guys soon. Cheers!